Muhammad Ali, the greatest. The crowds knew him as the boxing legend who floated like a butterfly and stung like a bee. But behind the bravado and the dazzling victories was a man on a transformational journey, one that went far beyond boxing. This is the story of Muhammad Ali's journey to Islam and the legacy of a champion whose faith became his ultimate strength. Muhammad Ali was born as Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. on January 17, 1942, in Louisville, Kentucky. From an early age, he was destined for greatness, though at 12 years old, he wouldn't have predicted it. His journey into boxing began by chance when his beloved red bicycle was stolen. Angry and determined to bring the thief to justice, Clay approached a local police officer to report it. That officer, Joe Martin, suggested that young Clay channel his energy into learning how to fight, and fight he did. Cassius Clay quickly rose through the amateur ranks, dazzling spectators with his speed, technique, and unmatched charisma. By 18, he claimed an Olympic gold medal at the 1960 Rome Games and set his sights on professional boxing. Soon enough, he became a household name. Before stepping into his most famous fights, Clay's unparalleled confidence captured attention and headlines. "I am the greatest," he declared, and his performances in the ring left no doubt. His rapid rise led to a seismic moment in 1964 when, at just 22 years old, he shocked the world by defeating Sunni Islam to become the heavyweight champion of the world.
Ali's victory cemented his status not just as a boxing legend, but as a cultural icon whose confidence and skill captivated the world.
But just as Muhammad Ali was claiming his place as the king of the ring, his soul began to wrestle with deeper questions. He was no stranger to conflict, not with his opponents, not with the racial inequalities permeating America in the 1960s. As a black man hailing from the segregated South, Ali was deeply attuned to the injustices that marred society. Fame and accolades couldn't shield him from the pain of systemic racism. He began to explore ideas and communities that resonated with him on a personal and spiritual level. During this time, Ali was introduced to the Nation of Islam, a movement that spoke to many disenfranchised black Americans by preaching empowerment, solidarity, and self-respect. The teachings of the nation gave voice to the frustrations he had long felt but didn't yet have words to express. For a young champion like Clay, the Nation of Islam's belief system offered more than spirituality. It offered identity and purpose. With the guidance of Malcolm X, a man he greatly admired, Clay began a profound journey of self-discovery. It was shortly after his victory over Liston that Clay publicly announced his association with the Nation of Islam and revealed that he had changed his name. Cassius Clay is a slave name. Muhammad Ali is a free name, he declared to the world. "I am the greatest, not only because of my boxing, but because I have faith in my religion and faith in myself." For many, this announcement was shocking. Ali faced fierce backlash. Fans abandoned him, media outlets vilified him, and the boxing establishment began to target him. They couldn't understand why the heavyweight champion of the world would risk alienating himself for his beliefs. But Muhammad Ali remained undeterred. His newfound faith gave him a clarity of purpose that no amount of criticism could shake. Ali's faith wasn't just a declaration, it was a guiding principle in his life. This became evident in 1967 when he made one of the most courageous decisions of his career and his life. At the height of the Vietnam War, Ali was drafted to serve in the military, yet he refused. "Why should they ask me to put on a uniform and go 10,000 miles from home and drop bombs and bullets on brown people in Vietnam while so-called Negro people in Louisville are treated like dogs?" he asked. Ali's refusal was not only an act of protest against the war, but also a testament to his religious convictions. He declared himself a conscientious objector, grounded in his Muslim beliefs. In the face of adversity, Ali stood firm on his beliefs, illustrating the power of faith and conviction. This choice came at a monumental cost. Ali was stripped of his heavyweight title, banned from boxing, and faced a potential 5-year prison sentence. For 3.5 years, he was unable to compete in the sport he loved, losing what could have been some of the prime years of his career. Yet Ali never wavered. I've got no quarrel with the Viet Cong. He famously said, embodying the Islamic principle of peace over violence, he stood firm on his beliefs and captured global admiration for his courage. As Ali matured, so did his understanding of Islam. While the Nation of Islam had paved the way for his spiritual awakening, Ali later transitioned to Sunni Islam and in the 1970s embraced mainstream Islamic teachings. This evolution reflected Ali's ongoing search for truth and meaning. Islam became far more than a set of rituals to him. It was his way of life. It taught him humility, charity, and the importance of serving others. Ali's return to boxing in 1970 marked the beginning of a new chapter. He had lost precious years but gained an unshakable strength of character. He would go on to reclaim his title multiple times in iconic bouts like the Rumble in the Jungle and Thriller in Manila, solidifying his place as not just the greatest fighter but one of the most remarkable figures in history. Yet, even as he reclaimed the crown, his victories in the ring were rivaled by his victories in life. In his later years, Ali became a global ambassador for peace, justice, and understanding. His commitment to Islam taught him to embrace people of all races, religions, and backgrounds. In 1984, Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a cruel twist for a man once celebrated for his physical agility. But even as his body slowed, his spirit remained unbroken. He used his platform to promote humanitarian efforts, travel the world, and inspire millions to stand up for their values. Muhammad Ali's journey to Islam transformed him into more than just a sports legend. His faith gave him the moral courage to endure criticism, the strength to stand up for justice, and the humility to give back to others. Today, Muhammad Ali's legacy stands as a beacon of resilience, faith, and conviction. The man who once proclaimed, "I am the greatest," showed us that greatness isn't measured merely by titles, but by the depth of your character. Ali's journey was not just one of boxing, it was a journey of the soul, a testament to the power of faith in shaping a meaningful life. And for that, he remains not only the greatest in the ring, but also the greatest in the hearts of millions around the world.